Hi, everyone, and welcome to the next instalment of the Careers Based podcast. The idea of these podcasts is that it gives you a bit of an idea of different roles around the business that you might be interested in developing into, or you just want a little bit of knowledge on the different areas of the business that we have. And I'm really excited actually today because this is, we're going to be focusing on an area of the business that I don't know too much about. So we've been joined today by Bethany Lee. Hi, Bethany.
Hi, Grace.
Hi. So Bethany is from our marketing and engagement team. So Bethany, give us a bit of an introduction. Tell us about how long you've been with Bupa for.
So I've been at Bupa about 2.5 years. I started off as a SME PMI marketing executive, and in about June 2021, I moved to specialist business. So that's dental and cash plan.
Yeah.
Marketing, still within marketing, still within the same wider team, but a different focus on products and a different focus on audience as well.
Yeah.
I did come from a marketing role before that, so I worked for a recruitment company. So different industry, but similar type of role.
Yeah.
And prior to that, I actually did a master's in marketing.
Okay.
So yeah, marketing focus for probably the last sort of 5 years.
Yeah. Excellent. And as I say, it's an area of the business that I really don't know too much about at all. So can you give us a little bit of a background on maybe your specific team and then the overall kind of structure of the area of the business that you work in?
Yeah, so my team, the specialist business marketing team at the moment, is just myself and my manager, Lydia. But we are part of the wider B2B marketing team. I think there's maybe around 30 people in the team.
Okay.
And that's across 4 areas. So it's corporate marketing, it also includes the B2B tenders team, the customer engagement team, and the SME marketing team. And then we're within the business and specialist products area.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all B2B to focus really, our teams.
Yeah. And so in terms of the work that you have coming into the team, who would you say your customers are as such? So who is it that's asking for you to work on particular marketing?
So it's really varied, to be honest. It could be anyone. A lot of the time it can be the sales teams asking for support materials. It could be the product team, so they've launched a new product and they need it communicating out. We also communicate so directly to our customers, our end users.
Yeah.
Which for me in dental is consumers and B2B. So that's
Okay.
clients, intermediaries, and also like the employees of those clients. So the employees that have dental insurance. So we do a lot of work directly to them, so newsletters, emails, just to keep them engaged with their cover, explain benefits, explain changes and stuff. But anyone could really come to us and ask for some marketing for whatever reason they need. So yeah, we work across those different areas. Been working quite closely with the Bupa Dental Care team recently, because we do a lot of work with the Bupa Dental Care centres and encouraging customers to go to use those centres. So I've been working with them a lot. So yeah, with my role, I really, get involved with everyone, meet a lot of people, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm guessing that kind of the stuff that you're working on is year round. Is there any particular part of the year where you find that you're busier or you have more campaigns that you're working on than others?
Yeah, so it's busy all the time. Around sort of client renewal, so April time and sort of September, October time can be quite busy.
Yeah.
We also do an annual product review in it's sort of between April and June.
Yeah.
So that can be a really busy time. This year particularly it was busy because they made a lot of changes to dental product.
Yeah.
So that was a really busy time for us. But yeah, throughout the year we have sort of ongoing projects yearly and then smaller projects. So it's always busy, it's always going on.
Yeah.
Even now it's busy.
Yeah.
Planning for next year.
Yeah. And so if you wouldn't mind just kind of giving us a bit of an insight into what a day in the life looks like for you in your role.
So
And I'm sure every day is probably a little bit different.
Yeah,
but...
it is really different. It is very different, and it depends what projects I'm working on.
Yeah.
And it depends, who I'm working with. So, for example, I'll just give you an example of what I'm doing at the moment. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
So at the moment we are working on a lot of stuff for 2023. So I'm collecting together content ideas for our content calendar for next year. So we do quarterly content that goes out to our customers, as I said, to engage with them. And at the moment I'm briefing that in. So I'm deciding what themes are going to be, what areas of focus we're going to have, and briefing that into our studio team, who will then sort of build the emails, build the toolkits for me, and then I will communicate that out. So at the moment I'm working on that. I've also been working on some videos. So back in July we filmed some new videos with a Bupa Dental Care dentist, and so I've been working with the agency that filmed them to sort of amend them, make sure they're perfect, putting them in through MMS. I don't know if you've heard of that, but that's our marketing management system, and we have to use that to get everything approved, and it stores all the assets. So working through to getting those approved. MMS is sort of a daily task, so making sure all the literature, all our assets are up to date and correct, managing any projects that we have in there, so any changes to emails that we might have, and then also sort of working with the digital team to make sure, you know, the website is always up to date. We've been doing some changes on some of our pages recently. We've introduced some new pages, updated the pages, added some new information, so working with them quite closely to make sure. So I suppose my role is quite, you know, marketing project management almost. So managing all those projects, managing all the changes, managing the everything that's new, and working with those different teams to make sure everything's delivered on time.
So you have to keep all those plates spinning.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that you were working on picking out particular themes that you wanted to work on in 2023. Where does that kind of come from? Is that feedback from our customers that comes in, or?
So this year we've done it around key dental awareness days, so things like World Oral Health Day, World Mouth Cancer Action Month, and we build the content around that. So we focus on those things. So in Q1 we're going to be focusing on oral health and physical health, so how the two impact each other. And we've created this video, which is Susie Lloyd, who's a Bupa Dental Care dentist, talking about, you know, answering some questions around oral health, you know, people's concerns that they have, things that people might not know. We also sort of do some blogs, top tips, and then also reminders of, you know, if you are worried about your oral health, this is the support you can get with your insurance.
Oh, it sounds really interesting. And where will we see these next year?
So they're on. So the newsletter goes directly to customers, but on the website in our newsroom area. For businesses, there'll be sort of a business toolkit, which is everything that they need to help support their employees with their oral health, and everything they need to sort of keep reminding their employees and about what they're insured for, what they can use, all the services we offer.
Excellent.
And also on social media, so we do quite a lot on LinkedIn. We've recently done some short videos on the Bupa Instagram page. So Susie Lloyd's answered some questions that people have asked on there. And there's also the Bupa, the B2B LinkedIn page as well.
And are these kind of maybe newer platforms that we're starting to
I think this year we've really had more of a focus on them. You know, because the way the world is, you have to be on social media really to be noticed, and people use that a lot. So that's sort of a newer way that we do marketing.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for those in 2023. So all of what you've just said there sounds really interesting and is kind of completely different to kind of the area of the business that I sit in. So how would you say that you believe your team contributes towards making the elephant run?
So I think we focus a lot on growth. So, you know, providing customers and potential customers with all the information they need to make the decision to sort of purchase dental insurance, whether that be a consumer or a business. So making sure that, you know, the sales teams are equipped with everything they need to do their job is a big part of my role. Making sure that we are selling ourselves in the wider market. So, you know, any sort of TV adverts that people see around Bupa, That's sort of the marketing role. Display banners, so when you're driving along and you see the big posters. I think that particularly This Is Health at the moment. All of that, making sure everyone's aware so that they purchase it, making sure everyone understands, what they do, what we do. And obviously for the customer, making sure that they have everything they need to feel A, supported, and B, so that they can use the products, they can use the services. So yeah, making sure we keep them up to date with any other changes we're making sure they know how to make claims or where they can get treatment or anything they really need. We sort of want to make sure that they know how to use it. And then beyond that, we want to, within our team, we always like to say we want to be their health and wellbeing partner. So providing them with extra information, so that's where the content comes in. So all that extra information they might need to look after their oral health before they need to use their insurance. So keeping them overall healthy.
Excellent, thank you. And you mentioned a little bit about your background and that you'd been to uni, and marketing has kind of been like a real focus for you for a number of years now. If someone was interested in moving into your area of the business, maybe not necessarily your role, can you think of any particular skills that it would be beneficial for them to have, any particular development that they could be doing now, or is there any qualifications that someone would need to be able to do a role like yours?
So you don't necessarily need any qualifications. There is qualifications you can do, like CIM or degree. But I think a lot of it's around knowing what's sort of happening in the market currently, and knowing the changes, because marketing obviously changes so much. So it's good to know that. Being quite creative and coming up with ideas is really important. I think because you always want to stand out. So having new ideas is always a really good idea. I think we quite often have to do a lot of presenting and presentations. So having like the confidence to do that and talk to people about what we're doing and brief changes and all of that. But really I think just being, like passionate and positive. A lot of the skills can be learned. I think things, obviously the basic things that we do, a lot of the stuff we do is computer based. We do quite a lot of reporting, so having Excel skills is good. Being able to do PowerPoints is good. Being able to like have a keen eye for detail, because we do quite often the documents we do can be quite lengthy. But yeah, I can't really think of anything really specific that you need.
So I suppose it's good for people to know that. So whilst you've come in and you do have your degree, you don't necessarily need to come at it from. I mean, it's great if you have it, obviously, but there'll be people that don't, but would still be really interested in marketing as an area.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you just keen to do things, keen to work, keen to like know what's going on and stay up to date. I think that's really important, and the skills are always learned as you go along. And at Bupa, we're always encouraged to do a lot of training and continue our development outside of work as well. Which is great.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, and I really appreciate your time, because I know that you are very, very busy at the moment. So we'll wrap this up there. Am I okay to say to the listeners that if they do have any further questions, that they can maybe pop you a message? Would that be okay?
Definitely.
Yeah, excellent. So yes, guys, if you've got any further questions, then please direct them to Bethany, and she'll be more than happy to answer them for you. But again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. No problem. Bye-bye.